Yo, giving you a little heads up. This is some casts I did for the Inbound tournament that happened recently. It was super fun, and I did it all live on stream. These were all really good games, so hope you stick around, check them out. Thanks Inbound for hosting it. All the info for the people in it and the creators in it will be in the description. Enjoy. Globe going aspect chalk mid is very, very interesting. I am intrigued to see how he goes with this. He did this at the Las Vegas LAN. So we'll see if he goes a similar build. Look over at the right side, though. Odin is walking up into 3. I wonder what Sot has planned. Sot is looking to proxy, but then now he sees 2 people, 3 people now. No, he saw 2. A lot of damage going Sot's way. That's a huge chunk out of his health bar. He might be dead from that. Yeah, the slowdown. The blink was used to get away, but does Globe catch him? That's a good basic. Blink basic there. Globe keeping up with him, though. That is decent chase, but Sot will barely get away. They don't want to chase him for too long. TEGVEER is still here, though, and TEGVEER still hurts. Mind you, TEGVEER is in Smite 2, TEGVEER is an ADC player playing solo. But in Smite 1, TEGVEER played solo lane for a majority of his Smite career. He was also known as God Agent A, if you know that name. So he's very familiar with this lane and how it works. But playing ADC in this game, Zeus is also just a powerful pickup in this game, this lane as well. Look at the mid lane, though. What is Globe doing? Just throwing axes down, I guess. He's probably going to try to poke Agni at the same time, but he won't, like, sacrifice his clear for it. Yeah, he wants to poke Agni, but Slayer knows it, and he's spacing for it, which is smart by Slayer. Neither of them will hit 2, but Panatom walking towards these towards the speed buff. Globe walking towards these backs. We see that Rat Milk is on the timer for this neutral. Globe hugging the wall to make sure he gets it. The blue goes the way of Rat Milk. Pretty big for him. Look at TEGVEER on the right side, though. Going after Sot and getting the blue buff, too. Meaning Sot has no blue buff and is very, very behind in this lane now. He also really can't fight into the Zeus right now. He's going to have to wait until he gets a certain level, yeah. But he's going to take a ton of poke. Panda Cat and King Bop both clearing out this wave. That'll be fine. But this lane is going to be miserable for Odin. Because TEGVEER right here just outclears him. He's 3 now and does a ton of poke onto Sot. Sot getting some good juke shoes on, but TEGVEER is still putting in some damage. Look at this guy. This guy's going 80, 80, 80, 80, 80 real quick, and it's going well for him. I'm really interested to see what this chalk mid is going to do for them. I don't know if he's going to go Transcendence first. He might. There's also Tekko Kage that he can go. There's a couple of things he could do. He might go in strength build, or he might just go full strength. Heartseeker is still very, very strong. Both of them hitting 4 now. And TEGVEER is going to have to be put in check. This guy has free reign of this lane right now. Granted, I don't think there's much that Aladdin can do at this point into Zeus. Also, bringing him into the lamp does not sound very appealing. But Zeus has free reign in this lane, especially into a pick like Odin. I think they thought it was going to be Chalk, and then TEGVEER and Globe swapped it off. Granted, Globe has been spamming Chalk mid, so it's more, did you do your homework? That up-down is questionable. TEGVEER does take some poke back, though, so he's fine. That camera angle was atrocious. Sorry about that. Everybody's resetting when I'm trying to switch to them. Where's Aladdin? There we go. Zeus is probably going to go first. I'm hoping he goes Death Metal, but I don't know if he will. Death Metal, I feel like, is an underbought item by a lot of these players, and it's super strong. He could also go Bracer of the Abyss. It's another item that is super strong on Zeus. We see Panda Cat, though, went this Bumba's Hammer. I love it on Uller. SOT goes down for first blood. Globe was even on the rotation there. I wasn't paying attention, but Globe was even on the rotation there. This is difficult to do with the casting and working the camera at the same time, but we're still here for it. Jump in from PCat. Doesn't get anything, though. Slayer getting some farm, though. Rotating over to this left side. They are invading duo buff, and they will just get it very, very easily. Meanwhile, Panda Cat is invading these side camps here, and he will get both, which is very big for him. Jingwei constantly being put down in these sets. I think this dual lane is going to be a point to play for Team SOT, because, well, no offense to Tame Toy and Tito, that is Panda Cat. and that is Bop Bop. Both proven comp players. Panda Cat at a different scale, but Bop Bop is a very strong support, and Panda Cat is a world champion, former world champion in Smite 1. Good damage going the way from Slayer onto this Loki here. Rat Milk, though, more than happy to just trade this poke in. Get this, big camp. Oh, the Oracles, excuse me. Soloortroll, though, is in a really rough spot. This lane is, you're just ignoring it. Interesting serrated edge pickup by TEGVEER here. I mean, lifesteal's good, but this is really, really interesting. I wonder where he's going with this build. I mean, you want lifesteal, sure, but is serrated really the option? Because we look at it this way. It gives strength, it gives 40 strength and 15% lifesteal. And it gives 10 strength and 3% lifesteal for each stack, which gives him a lot when his abilities are down. And I guess Zeus's abilities are down quite often. But yeah, and look at that basic attack. Took down the shield immediately. I wonder, what is the button for this? I don't know what the button is. R is not the button for it. But on the right side here, TEGVEER is getting gone on right now, and this is not looking too hot for him. SOT goes up and down, but TEGVEER's trying to throw some damage back, but there's only so much damage he can take. TEGVEER going down for a return kill. Umoja, a bit too little too late on this rotation. Kill secured for SOT, or excuse me, for Panatom. That's that'll help SOT reestablish himself in this lane, for sure. But on the left side, meanwhile, Tito's under threat, Panatom's in, and Panda Cat is also there. A little bit of poke going his way. That is so much damage. Panda Cat is might? No, he's not throwing the 3 over. I don't know what button it is, unfortunately. You can even look at the farm here. Both mid laners have extremely accelerated farm right now compared to everybody else. Loki's the only one who's passing them. And that's also because he got a kill recently as well. So, dangerous, the situation. But Odin is super down on farm just because of the nature of this lane. He's lost a ton of those side camps already. Agni getting gone on a mid. Tito goes down on the right side, but SOT is getting gone on this right side. Or on the left side, on the right side. All directions are a mystery to me, but Rat Milk knows one direction, and that's putting SOT into the dirt. Mid lane, a little bit of poke going back and forth. Aladdin running back on the wall. But Goldfear is being picked up by the order side here. Team SOT looking for this objective now. Tame Toy is here, though. Tame Toy does not have Sunder. He's got this Phantom Shell. Ymir charging ultimate. It's not going to be enough, though. The silence comes out from Chalk, and who will secure it? Slayer will secure it. Now they're trying to run away. Panda Cat, though, is kind of looking to fight. Yeah, he got the stun onto Globe. Globe will have the Phantom Shell used on him. No follow-up damage, and it's just Aladdin in there. He'll have to blink away. He's got to use the Wish for Power, which was an interesting pickup. I guess in case he had to fight, but I'm not really sure about using that for power. Anyway, left side right now. Rat Milk trying to steal this away. P-Cat does not get it. Tito secures that for himself. I'm not going to try and break anything. Maybe. I'm not going to try and break anything with the F1, F2 keys, but it's whatever. Slayer's looking to go on Globe here. Slayer has dash and is going to rotate around to this red. Globe can fight him here, and Rat Milk can make a quick way over. Looks like Slayer is just trying to steal this away, though. He will get it, and will he get Globe, though? Globe taking quite a bit of damage. Some basic attacks need to be on the mark, though. The dash is off the mark, and Slayer is not going to finish the kill because of the TP away, but Panatom's here, locking it down the kill onto Globe, which is actually a pretty big pickup for them. Slows Globe down, and it makes Slayer a little bit more secure on his own farm, because Chalk has a lot of pressure in terms of just being able to walk up to Slayer and just attack him. I mean, it's just all that poke, all that pressure, all that damage. Something he needs to be afraid of. Zeus going into the Berserker Shield, while Odin goes into the Pendulum Blade. That is really interesting. Alright, I get the reducing cooldowns is really, really nice. I guess it's also a safety net into the Zeus. It also gives you power, or strength, excuse me, and 15% cooldown rate. This is a safety net into the Zeus, but you're not getting magical defense into him, which could be very scary. Granted, there's only one really good magical defense item right now, and that is, Screeching Gargoyle, excuse me. Right side, though, they're looking to go on Zeus once again. The Phantom Shell is burned, but they're going into the lamp right now, and we're going for this brawl, and Panatom may not want it. Panatom is kind of getting destroyed in this brawl right now by TEGVEER. Off the mark with those basic attacks, and will land down, and now the boys are here. One coming in, and that's Rat Milk, and it turns around. 2 kills for TEGVEER, 1 for Rat Milk, and Bop Bop goes down. That was crazy. Oh, called the Thunderdome, but that was the Lightning Dome right there. Zeus turning that around. Rat Milk coming in just in time to save his boy. TEGVEER thanking Rat Milk after that. Yeah, Serrated went absolutely nuts in that situation. And then Rat Milk came in at the perfect time to save him, because I think one more second, like a second later, and TEGVEER goes down there, and that goes completely differently. Queen Naga going the way of the Chaos side. Picked up by Rat Milk. Now we're in an interesting position, that's for sure. Because Panda Cat's looking for something on Tito, and I think Tito, all Tito has to do here is just, here's the goal, right? Don't die, idiot, right? And Panda Cat is looking for something, and Tito knows it too. Tito is floating. I think Bop Bop's walked over a ward. Yeah, there is a ward in that bush right there. They're waiting. Tito just has to sit back, relax, and wait for the team to come and save him, right? He doesn't need to win this lane. He just needs to stall it out, get to the late game, get to that point, and he's very aware of that. Good for him. Chalk, though, putting a little bit of poke in onto this Ymir. And now the boys are coming over to make sure this purple buff is secured. Ymir looking to go in for it, though. See now, Tame Toy is here. And we do have Rat Milk playing a little bit of support in the background just to make sure, but he doesn't need to. He's going to go back to his farm. TEGVEER, though, this lane is still very much in his favor. He just needs to be more careful with when he chooses his fights. That most recent one, that cage into the damage that was done to him, he was able to turn it around because Rat Milk came in and bailed him out. At the mid lane, though? No, nothing going on. Rat Milk came in and bailed him out, which was really nice. But if Rat Milk's not there, I think he goes down. Serrated Edge does come up massive for him, but yeah. See, now the Screeching Gargoyle finish for Odin. Odin's going to be a lot more difficult for the Zeus to kill by himself. He's got no pen just yet. Looks like he's building into that Bracer of the Abyss, possibly. But, no, that's not Bracer of the Abyss. Regardless, that's a different item. Phantom pulling this Gold Fury with his team. Slayer putting in some damage. Panda Cat looking to zone out, I think. They're waiting for some damage, and then see Ymir freeze into 2 bombs right there. Tame Toy has to Xerxes out of there. And Rat Milk gets some healing. The River's Rebuke comes down with a lightning storm. And you know how Thunder and Lightning goes. That means a dead Slayer, but a dead Tame Toy. Before that, P-Cat goes down as well. Looking, King Bop Bop not looking the best in terms of health. But the rest of the team is looking to get away from this. You see how healthy that Team TEGVEER is. They're not really dissuaded by this. The Yemoja going down so early in that fight, I'm surprised how healthy they are. Globe doesn't have the sustain, but the lifesteal from the Zeus. The cage comes down. We're putting some damage into Zeus, but can we finish the kill? Last time we couldn't do it, and he was at 1 HP, and it looks like we're not going to do it again. SOT and King Bop Bop goes down. Aladdin's in, though. TEGVEER is finally going to go down. A big shutdown for Panatom, but the lamp is off the mark. No one's going into the lamp this time. You're only going into the dirt. Gold Fury going to go to the way of Team TEGVEER. That fight went so many different directions, but it really just boils down to how much damage Team TEGVEER is able to do. Speaking of damage, Panda Cat puts a ton into Globe's dome, and he falls down from that. Rat Milk, the Gold Fury reset, Rat Milk throwing out some poke, but I don't think they're going to be able to do this now. No, Tito and Tame Toy and Rat Milk all backing away. Are they going to pick up gold now? Wonder. Doesn't look like they're posturing to it yet. They were dancing around it to make sure. They don't want to do it. Executioner picks up. Picked up by TEGVEER. The Zeus is going to basic attack focus build. That's all he's doing right now. He's not going for any ability damage. I still think Death Metal is a very good pickup for him because of that double scaling. But, well, not really double scaling. He's in scaling, but he also has the strength from the basic attacks if you're going a basic attack build. So your abilities still do decent damage. But it seems Death Metal is not what they're favoring. A lot of these players have not been favoring it. But the left side now, looking to see a little bit of dancing, a little bit of posturing here. Left side. Purple buff is secured for Tito. Tito's going to walk away. Slayer farming up 2 levels above Globe right now. Globe going this full damage shock build. Hasn't really gotten too much done. He's gotten a good amount of CC, but he's also, I don't know, anytime he walks in front of Panda Cat does like 90% of his health. And that cannot feel good at all. Pretty rough. Like Pyromancer might be the call if you see where Globe is, or not Globe, where TEGVEER is posturing here. A little bit of damage from Panatom dissuades them from going any further, but TEGVEER's now here, which means the Shred is here with this Loki, with this Zeus. A little bit of damage coming from Agni, and the reset's good, but is it good enough? TEGVEER gets it, but TEGVEER's also getting some damage on him. This is the chase down that they wanted. The stun comes out, and TEGVEER will go down. The cage is not enough, but the stun afterwards is.
Your left tower is under attack.
I didn't realize I still had those on. God damn it. The Xerxes Hexstone is actually perfect there from Tame Toy. Because if that doesn't come through, that is a dead Yemoja. Fire Giant on the siege though. Wealth is picked up by Panatom here when they go for this Fire Giant. And this is some damage that's coming down into it. Who is going to secure it though? The jump down from Panatom, and King Bop Bop gets it, but King Bop Bop also loses his life for it. Panda Cat barely lives, but barely is not enough, clearly, because that red buff ticks him down from Rat Milk. Rat Milk's still on the chase, though. That is a lot lost for that Fire Giant. That is 2 going down. Panda Cat being a big hit there, meaning all this extra tower damage that the Fire Giant would have given. Now, God, Panda Cat, Gold Fury seems to be where they're posturing towards next. Look towards it now, though. Panatom making his way over. Some good damage going the way. Tame Toy, though, is definitely taking some damage himself and falling down. Globe going into the lamp now, and we're in here now doing quite a bit of damage. Globe does not teleport because he cast it too early. But Slayer taking down Tame Toy, and this is SOT taking quite a bit of pain now. That is a lot. But he blinks in anyway. And the Panatom also got that Gold Fury, which, you know, I wasn't looking at until afterwards. But he did get that. So, rough. Real rough for them. I am shocked. Also, while we have a quick intermission, my mic volume's good compared to the game, yeah?
Your team has destroyed a middle enemy tower.
It's perfect? Alright, cool. I remember one time I went through a cast and it was like the game was way too loud to hear me at all. So Windows also likes to do this thing when you plug in a device that has a microphone, like a webcam. It just decides that it wants to reset every single one of your volume settings. Nothing too exciting going here, though. SOT getting a more and more cooldown on his build means he's going to have very, very short cooldowns. Windows feature. You know, like Microsoft Edge. That's a Windows feature, too. You can't uninstall it either because it's part of the code. Fucking joke. Naga Queen going the way. And going in the pockets of King Bop Bop here. This is a really interesting spot. A little bit of poke going Globe's way, and teleport away. Not too much damage going towards him, though. Only a little bit. The jump down from Aladdin means this Fire Giant, or this Pyromancer, is going their way, most likely. The Naga's finally running in. A little bit of poke. Panatom off the mark on that, though. He's going to run it back towards this Pyro. Do a bit more damage, and Bop Bop is coming back just to make sure it's a little bit, you know, if he needs to be tanked up. But no, he's not tanking up. Making sure nobody's coming in. Pyromancer goes the way of Team SOT. P-Cat is getting closer and closer to this Bombus Hammer, and that is a scary thing. Having him have even shorter cooldowns than he already does, pretty gross. I love Bombus Hammer Uller. I actually like it way more than Bluestone. It's that and Mordred I love Boomba's Hammer on. Hercules also has a pretty good usage of it, but that's so much damage. Globe is supposed to ult immediately to respect the damage that Phantom could potentially do. Phantom does not get the kill, but that is going to be a reset from Globe. It's almost one. That is wild. This is Aladdin is doing so much damage. See though. Towards the mid lane, Aladdin jumps in, does a little bit of damage, but TEGVEER is here now. The blink out and the ult in from Ratmilk, but Ratmilk's gonna have to run away here. The team beads is popped, and now under threat are Team SOT. You don't have SOT here. He's on right side, but the Team TEGVEER does not want to take this right now. Panda Cat is looking for somebody to come around this corner. TEGVEER is much further and knows they're there, though. So TEGVEER has definitely called that out by this point. We see SOT walking his way over now. A Globe knows they're there because of the call from TEGVEER before, but the Quadra stun from Slayer leads into a cage. The Phantom Shell comes down, but is it going to be enough? We see on the backside here, we have Zeus forcing out a couple of them, but taking quite a bit himself. Odin is still alive, despite standing against 4 people. Finally, he goes down. Joining him is Bop Bop. Panda Cat trying to make the runaway, as well as Slayer. It is a bit ambitious from Team SOT to keep going there. They're heading towards Fire Giant, though. TP Cat over here. He's aware of it. Fire Giant getting gone on though. Tito is here putting some damage in with this crit, but Slayer's also here. The Secure is not worried about the blink is too late from Globe though, but the beads are still used by P-Cat. There's a lot of damage though. There's one bomb, but Tito does secure it with those crits. Dagger picked up by Zeus, and now Panatom's trying to make his way out. The Chalk is walled away by King Bop Bop, and now it's time to get away and set up a defense. Asar's Wings being the pickup for SOT is massive here. Because of how many slows that are on the side of Team TEGVEER, Zeus with his 1, Loki with his 1, Chalk with his 3, and the 2 areas that it has, Tame Toy with his ultimate. It is a lot of slows and it's a lot of lack of mobility, but now he doesn't have to worry about that at all. Stampede helps with that on Bop Bop, but now SOT doesn't have to worry about it at all. That's the 3rd Gold Fury secured by Team SOT. No response at all from Team TEGVEER this time. But they're setting up. They're setting up to siege this next wave. On this team... No, they're not. They're just resetting. They're spending their gold. Panda Cat, though, finally hitting level 20 means that Boomba's Hammer is on the way. Let's see where Team TEGVEER is going with this, though. Queen Naga is the pickup, and it looks like they might run it down mid. They don't feel comfortable sieging into this team just yet. Interesting. Very interesting. Finally heading towards the left side of 4 members while Loki's on the right side. They're posturing for it. Pyromancer going the way of Team SOT. Meantime, though, left tower goes down. They're at least somewhat aware of Loki here on the right side. Panda Cat's searching, but he's not going to find him. They're backing away. Aladdin's in? Panatom trying to throw some poke towards Globe, but Globe, a bit wise to it now, has his boys there to back him up. They are not walking anywhere alone because of the fear of this Aladdin. Aladdin pretty much wins any 1v1 he takes in this game. Loki may have a chance, but he needs to react fast enough for Aladdin not to just one-shot him. Look at Panatom walk up here. They're terrified of him. I mean, you have to respect the Aladdin damage. He's now full build in combination with that wealth that he took earlier. I believe net worth is somewhere on here. Yeah. He took wealth around the time of Fire Giant.
Your right tower.
Look towards mid lane, though. Bot putting a wall in front. And while Slayer throws some bombs over, TEGVEER not taking too much pain from it, though. Will be sustained up by Tame Toy. Looking now to do a bit of damage to this tower. Maybe siege it down, get the T2 as well, but I don't know. A triple stun gets a little bit more poke, but they're not too afraid of this damage this Agni does. Stun onto TEGVEER. But again, we're waiting. We have Loki and Aladdin on the right side, and Ratmilk gets shut down by Panatom, barely living that one away. And the cage comes out, Globe is caught, but the blink is there. The Phantom Shell burned by Tame Toy when he didn't need to. That needs to be communicated better. Looks like Ankh, Ruinous Ankh, is going to be the last item SOT picks up, or the second to last item he picks up. Meanwhile, Sharpshooter's Arrow is finished up for this Zeus. Meaning he's going to have a fun time with all this extra damage he's doing. Interesting little pickup here. The Cosmic Horror. Right? It gives him 10% or 10 cooldown rate because of how much intelligence he has. He has quite a bit of intelligence with this build. And he's getting a bit more now. I forgot to turn that off again. But a lot of damage coming down onto this Chalk. Under threat again. And he just... That's one hit, by the way. That was one ability. And Chalk died from half health. Again, he's full damage, but that's balanced. Anyway, Aladdin jumps in now. They're going for this Fire Giant. It's a bit of a posturing back and forth here. Odin's trying to throw some poke. We'll hit TEGVEER with it. But they want the fight. They don't want the Fire Giant. The Phantom Shell comes out, but Tame Toy is looking to go down. No, he will be able to Xerxes out of there with the Phantom Shell on him. Tame Toy, though, still under threat. Odin is still in there. Tito goes down, Tame Toy goes down, and there's a lot more damage. Ratmilk meeting the same fate, and TEGVEER goes down. That's a full wipe. And the game will likely be over with that. That was huge fight for Team SOT, and it looks like the game is going to be ending very, very shortly. Just got to get this Phoenix out of the way and take it. I muted event sounds. There. Globe's trying to save it, though. Does he get it? No, he goes down. SOT securing that kill for himself, and the game going the way of Team SOT. Zeus, Jing, Agni, and Uller. SOT on Thor. I'm shaking. I'm shaking. SOT Thor is a beast. I'm also happy to see that we have a very interesting soul in here. Thanatos versus Thor. The Warrior's Axe on Thanatos, which is an interesting pickup. Some people go the Death's Toll, some people go the Bluestone, but the Warrior's Axe, I think, is a solid pickup for Thanatos. Granted, when you're going this tankier style, I personally think Sundering Axe just feels terrible, right? Most Soul Winners do. It's just not too great. But I think on Thanatos, this tanky style, it can function because you're mostly not going offense, you're going mostly defense. So it works out. Both Cupid and Neith have their aspect. Makes sense to me. Nobody else in this game. No, Sobek has an aspect and Loki does, but they're both bad. Like, absolutely dog ass awful. So you don't pick them. I'm excited. I'm excited for this one in particular, especially because of this pick. The Aladdin in the mid lane, as opposed to in the jungle. Slayer on Kukulkan, I figured he was going to default to this as soon as he lost the Agni. Because Agni seemed to be his default go-to, but they removed that, and now he's on the Kukulkan. We'll see how much work he can get done with it. But Aladdin in mid lane is something that really, really piques my interest. Does Globe know Panatom's on this? He does now. He didn't get it. That's rough. Globe tried. If Globe gets that, that's absolutely terrible for Panatom. This is a free wave pressure for Slayer now. He also I believe Globe also lost a creep. But Aladdin also has really good clear. Loki now getting a good amount of damage. Slayer throwing his tornado down before he walks back to lane, getting to level 2. Decent pickup for Globe. Globe, I believe, would get his dash second, but we'll find out. Yeah, he did. Mid camp's getting gone on by TEGVEER, or not TEGVEER, Panatom. Panatom? Who the fuck is that? Panatom. I would love to hear a podcast of how Globe just thinks about mid lane. He must see something or play different to make him play these different picks. I think it is the mindset he has regarding the game. It's also the mindset that his team has when playing the game. They're not afraid to try things. TEGVEER was the guy who came out with the carry Zeus, at least in competitive, right? And carry Zeus is now like a staple in the game. Right side, though. Fucking wrong god, but there's a lot of damage coming both ways to both characters. TEGVEER, though, is dangerously low here. The minions are not letting him go for free. The Soloortroll is waiting for a bit. TEGVEER is looking to heal from this, but the double tap hits. SOT connects it, and he is that guy with a Thor, but Aladdin is here, putting in the damage, and Globe will secure it for himself. Meanwhile, Ratmilk will get that mid wave. That is huge for SOT there, but Globe getting the return kill is nice. Really big rotation from Globe. Globe thinks about mid lane the way that I feel like most mid laners should, and that is you don't have to play a big flashy mage for it to function like it should. Mid laners are too bound by this thought process of, oh, I have to play a big numbers character. Darda's won a world championship playing Erlong Shen mid. Athena Erlong Shen mid. You don't gotta do that. You never had to do that. And he did it into certain matchups. He specifically played Erlong Shen into specific matchups. Set never killed Erlong Shen. So Set was like the perfect matchup for the Erlong. Look at the right side, though. We see a bit of chase down coming on to SOT. Ratmilk getting backstepped by it, but Globe is here and SOT goes down once more. Meanwhile, on the left side, we are looking at a bit of posturing for this buff. Slayer is here to cover, but Slayer also probably just wants to go back to mid. Panatom now showing up means a little bit more difficult for them to contest this. We have Tame Toy, though, over the wall. Probably going to throw a 1. Bop's looking for a pluck, though. A little bit of damage. The 1 bounces, but is it going to get it? It will not. Secured by Panda Cat, and it's picked up. Easy peasy. This right side, though. On the same time, Ratmilk is securing this blue buff, and it shouldn't go to TEGVEER, because TEGVEER doesn't get mana. But that is... SOT bit off more than he could chew there. He should have expected... I keep thinking Valo, because TEGVEER's there. But Ratmilk to be on that blue buff. Because why wouldn't he be? Why wouldn't he be there? There's no real reason for him not to be, especially because your jungler's on the left side, and you don't know if they know that. But regardless, you got to be careful there. SOT played a bit sloppy right now, but it's all right. It's the early game, and he still has time to be impactful. I do believe he is going that same starter item, the Pendulum Blade, whereas TEGVEER looking for another option. But it could also be the same option. Don't know. Please go pick up the golden jars. Thank you, Globe. It's free money. Please. You missed that one. You missed it again. He gave up. Oh, that's good. TEGVEER did go into the Pendulum Blade. And meanwhile, I zoned out for a moment there. I was thinking about something else. But right now, we have a bit of an impasse on this game. Nothing really happened. So I don't think I missed much of anything. Tekukage picked up by this Pele, despite the fact... I don't think it triggers on every activation of her 3. Whatever, though. SOT went Jotun's first. Jotun's Revenge. SOT's gonna have to port away here, but the cripple comes out from the Loki ultimate, and he won't be able to go up into the sky in time. Ratmilk is over here bullying SOT. Gold Fury picked up, though, on this left side. Switch to the right person, you dolt. Secured. Panatom gets it, and Cupid's a bit too, going in here. Looking. Bop hunting for this Umoja now. Neith will be there, but off the mark is Bop. But does he need to be on the mark? There's a big cage, but here comes the Pele's Volcanic Lightning trying to chase down Neith. But there's some big damage going the way of Panatom, and Panatom goes down to Tito. Tito Tame Toy coming in and showing that just because we're ranked players doesn't mean we're pushovers. And look at the lamp right now. We're going into it, and Cupid is not having a good time with Globe alone here. Tame Toy joins, and it's going to make it even worse. You put Baby in the cradle, and he's not going to have a good time. Meanwhile, Bop Bop takes down, or is taken down by Tito. Oh, that is a rough turn of events for Team SOT. Look at SOT, though. Right side, SOT taking quite a bit of hurt. Does he have the damage for it? He lands down and out, but I don't think he's going to... No, he's not going to go hovering death for it. That is too risky for one, and he's got to land or predict when SOT's going to teleport. And SOT can just hold it and wait. TEGVEER, playing it safe, going back to base now. Probably going to pick up something defensive. I would assume, at least. Looks like Glad Shield. Go to the next pickup. Right side, though. Oh, is that Glad Shield? I don't know what he's building into. Dagger Frenzy popped. Panic Cat. That Dagger Frenzy seems to be a staple in Hunter builds like these, where they're going to be going proc, maybe some crit later on. But again, I'm missing the death metal, man. I really think that both of these Hunters can function with a death metal. And it feels good with them, too. Regardless. They don't feel like they need it. Tito, though, more than happy to keep his lead and sit under his tower with it. Bop Bop walking towards mid lane. Nothing really going on just yet. Globe is just kind of staring at Bop Bop. That's a pluck, though, and that's a blink stun from SOT. Globe is in danger, but the hop away. He's looking to become the danger? No. There's a good amount of damage, but the volcanic lightning is blocked perfectly by the River's Rebuke. SOT's stuck in the cage. Sobek joins him, but now SOT's already gone. And Sobek, do you win this eventually? Globe's just got to buy himself some time. In the meanwhile, there's a 1v1 in the dual lane. Cupid's trying to get away. Tito hits the wall, but one goes down. Slayer falls in the mid lane. In the meantime, we got Bop Bop, though, under threat. TEGVEER's here, but Globe finishes the kill. 3 kills going the way of Team TEGVEER. And meanwhile, Tito takes down Panda Cat, even though Panatom was there. Shutting him down is good for Panatom, but losing Panda Cat there is really rough. Tito showing some dominance in this lane after being put down so much in game 1. Damn, so much just happened on the map at the same time. Globe knows his way around this Aladdin, that's for sure. There we go, that's who I was looking for. TEGVEER missed the scythe on the... Oof. There he goes. He hit it that time. Lubuff really doesn't give a benefit to TEGVEER that much because he has no mana. But, I mean, he might as well pick it up because nobody else is going to. Stop being level 8 is real rough. He just hit 9. How behind he is real rough. Good point there. He is not having a good time. That rotation to mid was supposed to, you know, reestablish himself, maybe get a kill. He did get a kill, but he's 1-5 right now. Good double tap onto TEGVEER, but TEGVEER's going to throw aside, try to tag him, and does for 403 right there. Oof. Tito getting gone on, though, on the left side. Sobek putting in a bit of poke, but now Ratmoke's making his way over, sneaking his way over, but I don't really think there's much here. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Panatom taking a ton of damage from this Aladdin. Man, Globe is putting in so much work with this character right now. He's not on the Gold Fury because, honestly, his damage is irrelevant on the Gold Fury. All he has to do is zone here, and there's nobody even to zone because they're in the Gold Fury zone taking it down. Easy peasy right there. Objective secured for Team TEGVEER. Void Shield finished up now for TEGVEER, which is a pretty big spike. Especially with this Thanatos build. It's going to really hurt. He's really going to start putting in numbers. You thought he was putting in numbers before, but that was also to an SOT who's 3 levels down. This is going to start hurting real bad. SOT, though, still not deterred. He's going damage. The lamp is used to make sure he immunes it out, but the tornado damage still comes through. Bop Bop is brought in, but now the rest of the team is coming in through. They're boxing around the lantern to make sure the teammates don't come and help. Globe wishing for wealth at the same time, trying to get some damage onto Bop Bop. But in the mid lane, in the meantime, they're kept away. But Globe goes down right after. Shutting down Globe is a big hit, but TEGVEER lands down onto Slayer. Anvil of Dawn is up, and will it be down onto TEGVEER? It will be, but the blink is perfectly timed. Meanwhile, Panda Cat takes down Tito on the left side. That's massive, but Rat Milk is on the mark. Panatom immunes it out. Walk away from them, though, but SOT wants more. SOT wants this Loki. The grab. Now Aladdin is back, and now Pele is in with an ultimate damage. SOT is getting lower and lower here and has to leave. Bop Bop blocking in Rat Milk. TEGVEER goes down. So does Rat Milk, but Slayer finally meets his end as well. That is 3 going down for 1. Huge turnaround from Team SOT. Actually, it was 4 because Globe died. I think he used Immortality Wish.
Your left tower is under attack.
A 4 for 1 there is a dream scenario.
Let's go, to me.
Globe is fine with taking this farm away. He doesn't want to die for it, though, so he's got to leave now. Oops, to poke Panda Cats away. Globe, though, walking away now. Probably looking to grab something. A little bit more poke. They know he's there, though.
Not as soft as it is.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Pele finished up her Stampede, which makes her very difficult to slow down, especially for a team that their CC is limited. How limited their CC is mainly Aladdin putting you into the lamp. And you've got Thanatos silence and slow. You got the stun on his ultimate, but that's not really CC. And Tito, he was playing the early game really, really well, but at this point, we see Bop Bop is kind of sitting on Panda Cat's shoulders here, making sure he's safe. And Panda Cat also got a solo kill before. It's not just Bop Bop. Tito, gotta be a bit more careful where he walks. That's still P-Cat.
Your left tower has been destroyed.
Globe used Immortality. That's what I figured. His respawn time was way too fast for him not to have. Panatom, though, looking to steal this Pyro. But Slayer has gone in on. Globe is off the mark with the dash, though. Is used. Stampede is used, but now we're going into the lamp. We hit Sobek, and that gives us a bit of safety, but Globe takes quite a bit of damage now, and the team is here. Globe only can waste time now because his life may be thrown away. Rat Milk picked up SOT in the meantime, and now we're going out of the lamp, and we're looking for more, maybe? We see that Tame Toy getting plucked in. Tame Toy having a Xerxes out, but is Tame Toy going to live this? The Reverse Rebuke comes out. The Sobek gobbles him up real quick. Tito getting a sneeze to the face from the Kukulkan, and now TEGVEER is going to have to run. Cupid dashing in means they're more than happy to take this, and Rat Milk getting plucked in. That is going to be almost a full team wipe. Will P-Cat get it himself? Looks like Rat Milk is going to slip away. No! Bop Bop, the support, securing himself a triple kill on that Sobek, meaning Fire Giant is just free for the pockets of Team SOT. The game is turning around in their favor. That fell so far apart because Globe just walked too far forward. I don't know, maybe I'm misremembering, but I feel like Globe just was too far forward, and then we had Tame Toy who was too far forward. SOT landed down on Aladdin. Globe walking away here. There's a bit of damage. Pendulum Blade comes out. Spin to win right there. Do we have a stun? We have a stun coming up shortly. The hammer is on the mark, though, on the return, not on the way forward. So no double tap damage for that, but still hurts. Tito, though. We gotta get some farm up here. Use this time, farm up. We can't be over-aggressive. We've got punished twice for this over-aggression. Or, we still gotta remember, that's P-Cat. He may not have played the game too much, but he still played the game. And he's still P-Cat. Guy's a gamer. Mid lane, though. We're looking. Globe is looking to get aggressive again. Screeching Gargoyle burned by Bop Bop. And we're going into the lamp once more. SOT is the one in with Globe, but Bop picks up one on the outside. Globe takes down SOT, but is going to meet Panatom on the outside. Xerxes Hexstone tries to buy some time for Tame Toy, but it's only some time and some distance. And now Tame Toy has slowed down the bounce away, but we've got a little bit of time left until we meet the pluck from Bop. And you know what happens with Sobek when he plucks you? I'll leave that to your imagination. You take him down, and now this is an SOT team sided game for sure.
Middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has been destroyed.
P-Cat dashing in, get that extra attack speed. Not standing on it, though. No immortality from Globe means he's not going to be up anytime soon to defend this. We have 2 people up, though, now with Tito. And this is scary. This game started off so well if you're Team TEGVEER, and now it's falling apart. It's really, really rough. SOT's the only one without Fire Giant, but I don't think you really care if you're SOT. You're level 14. Bop is level 16. All you're doing this time around is being irritating and wasting cooldowns on the enemy team. Right? That's all you need to do. You don't care how bad your slash line is. You're just making them throw cooldowns at you. So Panatom, so P-Cat, so Slayer can do their damage. Bop is doing exactly what you need to do as well, and going in there, getting involved, and doing what he needs to do. That's all that matters right now. Get those cooldowns, make it easier for your jungler, for your carry, for your mid, to do all the work that you want them to do. SOT understands that, and it doesn't matter how many times he dies. He's happy if he wins this. Bop being level 17 to SOT's 15, though, is pretty funny. A little bit of a reset now. Tito's only level 15, which is really rough. You gotta get this guy some farm.
Feel the sting of my desire.
Pyromancer being taken by Team SOT.
Your right tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
What are you gonna do here?
Has destroyed.
Realistically, you have Sobek walking into your jungle and doing whatever the hell he wants. What am I supposed to do here, you know? If you're Loki, if you're TEGVEER, right? It's... You kind of just stare and accept.
Your right tower is under attack.
Power's going down now.
Destroyed. Left. Your right tower has been destroyed.
But in the mid lane, there's a bit of an engagement going on because they're looking for the opportunity that was given to them by Team SOT. SOT taking some damage. Pendulum Blade popped to teleport away, but Panatom is under threat right now. The World Weaver comes out, the Assassinate comes out, but the ring is perfect from Tame Toy once and twice, shutting down Panatom. Tame Toy gets the kill. Not exactly who you wanted, but it's not the end of the world. SOT comes in to waste some time more. But this right side Phoenix is going to go down. Meanwhile, Tito is pushing down this left side, trying to get a Phoenix here, but I don't think he will. No, he will not. You got 2 back in time, and Tito, it's time to run. Yeah, we're out of there. Sobek has Blink, though. Sobek is going to try and chase here. And I think as soon as his pluck comes up, he's blinking and he's plucking. He doesn't even need to blink. Now he does. The blink is there. Tito, got to avoid the pluck. He's waiting for the backflip. He's not even going to. He boost speeds it. Unfortunately, Tito is going to have to fight this one out, and I don't think it's a winning fight just yet. Aladdin's here to throw some damage back, but he can only do so much to help Tito. Tito goes down, staying a bit too long there. Sobek's a bit too fast for him. Use of that Stampede was very well done, so... Bop had to be patient, that's all he had to do. And Tito mistiming those beads means his certain demise. The mid lane, what is going on here? Pele's throwing some damage onto Globe. Globe needs to watch what he does exactly into this Pele because of the magical defense she has on... It's a little difficult for him to function. That interrupt on the dash especially means he misses out on a lot of damage. Bro popped all 3 of his health chalices there. Why? Damage going on the fire giant, but they're resetting. They're looking to wall off this Loki. They won't catch him, but the wall goes down on a Tame Toy. The Stampede burned, and Aladdin's in there. He's going to look to set up for something. The land down, and some good damage is there. TEGVEER gets the kill on the King Bop, but a couple of them went into the lamp now. SOT goes down, but let's see how's it going in the Thunderdome. Globe takes down Slayer, And now we're chasing down Cupid. This fight is turned around for Team TEGVEER for sure. Phantom has to get out of here, but Panda Cat is caught. Panda Cat is done. And now Aladdin's coming for Phantom, and Phantom is under threat. Phantom is going to have to dash out of there. Get the hell out of Dodge. But Globe isn't going to let him so easily get away. And they will not be able to catch him. No, Globe is still going for it. Globe is still chasing. Globe is buying more and more time. Trying to get this. This is ambitious, Globe. But Globe will get it. But he will die to the Phoenix in return. No, he will live. He will live and return a full deicide wipe. The turnaround is coming back for Team TEGVEER now. This Fire Giant gotta go their way. A lot of back and forth this game. A lot of back and forth. The fight went wrong there, I think, when Aladdin took Kukulkan into the lamp. Tagging him with the lamp there. The beads was not used by Slayer in time. You can't beads it when as soon as the lamp make contact, you're going into it. You have to beads it beforehand, which is a little... I don't like that, but that's besides the point. Slayer's got to be more prepared for that. We weren't able to follow him into the lamp either because the team kept him off of the lamp, meaning their big source of magical damage was gone from that fight. And Slayer clearly had a lot of impact on it because now that fight just went absolutely sideways. SOT getting caught out, getting put down. Panda Cat was the last one left standing other than Panatom, and it was rough, real rough. Game is paused. Fuck! Oh, we're unpausing. We're unpausing. Everybody pay attention. Pay attention. We're back in the game. Bit of a reset now from Team SOT. They have to set up around this, but they know Rat Milk is on right side. There's no way they don't. Because they got to push up for this Phoenix. Rat Milk can come from that that right side teleporter, but do you want them to? The engage is there, though. The wall is off the mark, but Pele is in. Pele is Volcanic Lightning comes out, but there's so much damage going right into her face. Fields of Love is not going to do anything, but Pele's going to go down. Aladdin comes in, and Aladdin goes back. The lamp is off the mark, but we're still chasing here. We're looking for more. Sobek has to dash away using the Lurking in the Waters, and that just went as poorly as possible for them. Panatom goes down. And Loki didn't even have to care. Loki is still pushing on this right side. Look at this guy. Not a care in the world. Meanwhile... Excuse me? Slayer putting the wave clear. It's going to make it very difficult for them to walk in here now. They don't have a traditional poke mage. They've got poke on the Aladdin, yeah, but they don't have the same level of poke as like an Agni or a Vulcan would. Although if Cupid walks up into it, that's different. But they don't have to go for this Phoenix just yet. Rat Milk. It's 2 on the right side. And now, we're heading towards mid to get the rest of these towers. We're cleaning up the map of these towers. Tito, putting some damage into this Queen Naga. Gonna be able to finish it off himself. This is so fat. That is so hilarious looking. Now, if you're Team SOT here, you've got to wait for the opportunities and then make them. They tried to make one with the Loki being on right side, but everything went wrong for them there. It was just real bad. Panatom taking so much damage was really rough. I think SOT's got to be the one to go in there and be the one to bite the bullet. You're already kind of... You've got one kind of purpose in this game right now. I talked about it before, but it's the tank a bunch of damage so your jungler and your carries can function, right? I think SOT's got to keep doing that. It makes it a lot easier to function now, but you have it at this point where TEGVEER is very difficult to kill because of the sheer amount of tankiness and health he has, and you have Globe who does so much damage now. Tame Toys keeping everybody alive, and Tito's doing exactly what he needs to do, putting in the numbers. You got to figure a way to crack this stalwart hold that Team TEGVEER have. I'm glad I can see the minions this game, because the wave states are actually developing more in favor, at least on the right side and the left side, developing a bit more in favor of the Team SOT. But in the mid lane now, Panatom pushing up that wave. One minion left there. Globe, you're not the best at finishing things here. It's the second time this game you have finished something. Not picking up all the gold, not doing that. But waiting around now, getting the Pyromancer, locking that down for ourselves. Meanwhile, we're floating here. If we're Team SOT, we're waiting, seeing what we can find. Both teams having 2 gold fairies means that they still do quite a bit of damage. Their minions are empowered, and now we wait. We really just wait. SOT in this game, I feel like, still needs to serve that function I said before. We need PCAT to be doing a bit. I need to look at the player damage. Which button is it? It's 5. PCAT is putting in the damage numbers, but I need to see more, I think. Meanwhile, Globe is double almost everybody on the map. Aladdin it being Aladdin, though. So, kind of scary. Another pause. What the fuck? Once again, we're still floating around this fire giant. It's a bit annoying to see this happen when we can try and just get something done on the other side. We have these teleporters. We could be in position in time. We have a character like Aladdin who moves so quickly. Get this left side wave so we don't lose this tower to 2 bull minions. Alright. Instead, totems kind of mitigate that, but still. You got another bull walking down the wave, and you might lose this tower because of it. You have Globe playing off to the side anyway.
A little something extra, just in case the genie is busy.
Is this a fight going on now? Finally, are we forcing something? No, we're just standing around Fire Giants staring at each other and not doing anything done. This is such a typical Smite thing to do, where we just stare at Fire Giant and do absolutely nothing for like 10 minutes. We got 3 former pros on one team. So that was just a given, right? And this is just kind of the stand around Fire Giant, do nothing. Make something happen on the map. We gotta do that.
Perfect.
We have these teleporters. Use them. I think we gotta go either send Rat Milk to this left side, send somebody over who you don't want to be there at the the immediate start of the fight. Rat Milk especially can literally just throw 2s over the wall. He doesn't even need to show himself on the map.
The Pyromancer has arrived.
The wave states have rebalanced, though. This left side is now going in the favor of Team TEGVEER. Some damage finally going onto the Fire Giant. They're finally pulling it. Stampede comes out. Panatom's looking to go in. Panatom not finding anything just yet. TEGVEER gets knocked up. And the Spirit of the Nine Winds comes out, secures it. SOT gets it for himself. Tito going down. TEGVEER going down. And are we still going? Aladdin comes down, but SOT meets him right on the tag. Globe doesn't even get time to cast that lamp. Ratmilk putting down 1 in return, but Ratmilk's going to fall. Actually takes SOT down. That's 3 for 3 so far. Tame Toy going to have to go for a run, though. He's not going to get anything done, and Ratmilk is getting away. It's a 2 and 2 left. And at this time, Team TEGVEER just has to leave. Finally, we started something. I wasn't even looking at the screen because of it. Like, I was looking elsewhere. He's going to get this Phoenix, isn't he? He lived. The Phoenix did not live. It was too... This is wave state, man. Typical Smite players playing poorly around wave state. Ugh. You have a semi-global, and you have a character that literally just gets movement speed for free with items that give her movement speed for free for using her abilities. Please. You also have Kukulkan, who doesn't need to show himself on the map, throwing a tornado over the wall to clear that wave. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Neither team wants to do anything anymore, because this Fire Giant is basically on 2 members that... I mean, Kukulkan could do something with it. Sobek will live a little longer, but nobody else really does too much with it. Especially now with these left waves being fire waves. There's really only so much that, like, you can ignore on this wave. SOT was over there, but now we're heading towards left side to clear it out. I hope. Please, for the love of God. Again, I think it's absolutely criminal that Ratmilk is not going over to left side during that, like, 10 minutes we stood around Fire Giant. and throwing twos over the wall. What purpose does you standing around clearing camps do? You could argue maybe showing presence, but what does your presence provide? Okay? Not as much as the wave presence does. Put pressure on that Phoenix. You end up getting the Phoenix anyway. Alright, cool. Alright? But in that situation, why not just put more and more wave pressure over there? They'll have to respond to it or have to do something eventually. There's going to be like 3 or 4 bulls walking down that lane. Especially when you have an ability that's so detached from you like Decoy. I think it's just an in-the-moment thing that it's Smite players in general don't think about. It's not like a shot at Rat Milk at all. It's just, in a team environment like this, they're thinking about, okay, we're waiting for this to happen, we're looking for this to happen. Instead of just thinking in a certain mindset. Now those left side waves are fire minions, so they're pushing those up. Right side Fire Giant is coming up again. Ugh. Why do you keep doing that? I understand it's for, like, the aspect. Okay, that time it made sense, but the other times it didn't. Fire Giant picked up again by Team TEGVEER. Looking to walk in is Team SOT. But the Spirit of the Nine Winds comes out and Slayer takes it away. You can't take that 50-50 with a Kukulkan. But is it a 50-50 they wanted, or is it just the fight they wanted? Because Globe gets the double leap in with that Staff of Mirrodin. TEGVEER will go down, but Tame Toy will join him this time around. But SOT taking quite a bit of damage. But Globe and Tito are all that is needed now. Left side Phoenix is open, which means left side is going to go down, and that might be the game for Team TEGVEER. Yeah, I think it's game.
I'm such a tease.
Your team destroyed a left enemy Phoenix.
They didn't clear the wave at all.
To me, Genie.
It's not the biggest deal in the world because they have so much time, but they're going to get it now. Bop Bop and Slayer not up for 15. It's over. Set is now tied up 1-1. Team TEGVEER versus Team SOT. We'll see how the game changes up once more in this next game. Okay, this time around, the bands are Thana, Loki, Aladdin, Sobek. Kukulkan once again being picked up by Slayer. Vulcan going to Globe this time around. Meaning nothing too spicy this time out of him. But TEGVEER, on the other hand, getting a little bit of spicy himself, picking up the Susano solo. As opposed to the Thor. Interesting. Really interesting. I wonder what the idea behind this was. The merit that comes from a Thor solo is something that is not easily matched by a Susano. Susano usually functions best when you build him full damage. I don't know if TEGVEER is going to do that. Granted, I don't know if SOT is going to go full damage Chalk. I have a personal opinion that full damage Chalk is the best kind of Chalk. You either can go Int, you can go Strength, you can go both, but Chalk is a full damage character right now, in my opinion. You gain so much from going full damage. I don't know, hitting a carry for a 500 damage axe throw on like a 5-second cooldown, 4 or 5 second cooldown, feels pretty good. And you gain a lot of protections from 2ing, hitting targets, and from ulting, you gain so many mitigations from it. So, I feel like you lose a lot of you lose a lot for just not going full damage. Regardless, though. Susano picking up the Warrior's Axe to go first. Interesting. Bluestone is a decent pickup on him, but Bluestone is also an awkward item in solo lane on certain characters. The upgraded Bluestone, I should say. So in the late game, the Warrior's Axe is going to provide him a little tankiness and stability in the early game, which is what you want, especially into a lane like Chalk with no aspect. He has the sustain, he has the poke on you, he has the clear on you. You're playing this to be more a factor in the late game. Globe, in the meanwhile, taking a little bit of poke from Slayer. No, not too much, not too much. Nothing crazy. We look at Rat Milk start compared to Panatom's start, though. Rat Milk starting the blue buff with Susano to make sure it's secured. Susano with his Warrior's Axe is going to have a terrible time trying to clear that by himself, so that makes a lot of sense to me. Meanwhile, Globe is going to meet Rat Milk at this red buff like they have been this entire set so far. Meanwhile, Slayer is going to help Panatom on the speed buff, like he has been the entire set so far. Slayer will hit 2 off this. Both mid laners now level 2. Left side, this lane, Bop Bop and Panda Cat are probably going to have the pressure to begin with, but Medusa gets a couple levels in, then that fight is going to be a lot better for her. Meanwhile, on right side, Susano out clearing actually into the Chalk right now, and that might just be because of how TEGVEER was able to group up the wave. It looks like he got his third ability. I saw that little effect disappear. It's, I'm really interested to see how well this lane goes for TEGVEER. A lot of poke going into SOT. Good trade back and forth. I wonder what he's going to go first in this build. I am very, very intrigued by this Susano, but let's not focus on that right now. He's got a little bit of time. He really just wants to farm up. If he gets a kill, good for him. If he doesn't, I mean, it could be worse. You know, you're trying to farm up, you're trying to get a little better. So, moving over once again, looking at duo side. A lot of that bounce back is actually pretty nice because it prevents them from being zoned as much as they want to be. As much as Bop Bop and Panda Cat wants to. If Yamoja just throws back the minions or keeps the minions away, but this is not what you wanted. You wanted to keep yourself away from dying, but you were forced to use that Phantom Shell because of Bop Bop's positioning and aggression. Really well done by Bop Bop. But that ring can be used to keep the minions towards you, so it forces them to have a worse position in terms of zoning, like they wanted to do. It was clear they wanted to do that. The freeze on the Yamoja Tame Toy under threat, and Tame Toy probably going to go down here. He will. Ymir getting the first blood. Usually I'm not too big a fan of the supports getting the first blood, but Ymir is an exception. Ymir getting an accelerated start is really, really nice. Moving over to this right side, though. We see SOT clearing out these camps. Susano doing the same thing. I'm surprised there's not a bit more pressure, but pressure going down in the mid lane. Vulcan getting this Fenrir off of him. Panatom is probably going to look to put a lot of pressure on this Vulcan, because the Vulcan doesn't really have many ways to get away from him. Vulcan did go the beads for this Ragnarok. Everybody but Yamoja went the beads for Ragnarok. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Talisman of Purification be the first or second item picked up, but Xerxes Hexstone seems to be the consistent one that Tame Toy has been going for, and I personally love that. Xerxes Hexstone is such a powerful item as a tank, specifically in support, and even in solo lane if you're going tank, because that CC immunity, that extra movement it provides for you, can give you so much. And Tame Toy has been using it very, very well. Also, as an aside, Tame Toy and Tito, both. Oh, well, Rat Milk picked up a kill over on left side. I wanted to talk about them, both of them. Both of them have been playing incredibly well for two players that I've never seen play competitive in my life. Regardless, looks like Globe is under threat, and Globe getting gobbled up, and it's real windy out here right now, and picked up by Slayer. Both of them have been playing incredibly well in these sets, despite, to my knowledge, not having very much competitive experience. Unless their name changes, I've never seen them before, outside of the ranked scene. So they're doing real well. That also might be in part because of the leadership that is paired with them. Rat Milk, TEGVEER, Globe, all experienced competitive players, and good ones at that. But regardless, I want to give them credit where credit's due. Very well done by the two of them. This lane over here, they're going to try and dissuade the aggression from Bop Bop.
Oh, that is so cool.
Bop Bop is somebody that, or in this situation, you don't want to keep giving a lead. Looks like Vulcan is trying to secure these. Fenrir is going for it, though. Fenrir leaps on in, but doesn't go for anything else. It is a dangerous situation if you are this Vulcan, though. Playing with fire. And the fire is named Dog Fenrir, Panatom. Oh, water is delicious. Anyway. I switched between like 16 people there. I love this pickup from Panatom, by the way. The Devourer's Gauntlets. One of the few items in the game that when fully stacks, it will give you Flat Pen. Flat Pen is a rare commodity in Smite 2. It usually gives... Most items usually give percent pen, as opposed to the Flat Pen. But Flat Pen is something that is really strong on a character like Fenrir, especially. Love this pickup for him. And Fenrir isn't a character that really benefits that much from something like Transcendence. He loves cooldown, but, you know, Jotuns can come after. You got the Devourer's Gauntlet. It gives him lifesteal, which also helps him on his 3. It's overall just a really powerful pickup for this Fenrir, and I like what I see here. Look on the left side now. You see up in the air, I believe, there is Thor looking to pick somebody up. It might be Ymir. He's off the mark completely, Rat Milk is. But the stun is there. The wall is still down. Bop Bop immediately bounced away as Rat Milk by that ring. The Stampede is out, and Bop Bop is on the run. But the stun is there, not on the mark for the Medusa. Neith under threat by Tame Toy. But that's all she wrote for that engagement. And now they gotta leave because Slayer's on the way. And that is a big enough threat for them to back off. This lane over here is going in really even. TEGVEER isn't behind in gold. He's about... he's a little bit behind in terms of gold per minute, but I also think that's because of the wave that was cleared. TEGVEER can't take too much damage, but he went to Jotun's Revenge first. Whereas Pendulum Blade was picked up by Chalk. Gold Fury already picked up by Team SOT now. And Panda Cat's on the zone. Then again, his Gold Fury damage is not really too insane right now. Spirit of the Nine Winds comes out, and it is secured by Slayer. Not much that can be done, especially because Panda Cat was the one zoning there. I don't know, Panda Cat seems to be very involved in these zoning chances. But it went their way, so it went well for them. Meanwhile, TEGVEER is looking for invade on the right side, but Tame Toy is looking for a way to evade this destruction that's coming his way. Tame Toy picked up by the Ragnarok and put down by Panda Cat. Meanwhile, on the right side here, you see that TEGVEER is looking for this invade right now, and TEGVEER, is he going to get it? He does not. Chalk picks up the blue buff, and he does pick up, it looks like he's picked up TEGVEER's blue buff as well. Rough position if you are TEGVEER. Granted, I don't think he, having a mana, you know, certain characters use up their mana, but everybody else, that's funny if you run out of mana in Smite 2, you know. But it's a bit of a rough spot. He's going into a defensive item now. I wonder what he's going to go for. Breastplate of Valor, possibly? I'm not entirely too sure where he's going. We'll wait and see. Like I said, I'm going to be watching this build very closely to see where he goes with it. Kukulkan getting that Polynomicon second is just a classic Kukulkan build right there. Book of Thoth, Polynomicon. Wouldn't be surprised if we see like a Deso in there. He might not go it though. Divine Ruin might be a little bit better for him, but he also doesn't really get too much from it this game, actually. I was thinking inverse teams, but he doesn't get that much out of that. He gets it from the Emoji though. And Emoji healing is not something that can really be, you know, undervalued. So you can get it there. Sano hitting the pull onto Soloortroll. Soloortroll has to know something's up here, but he's the only one going up, and now Rat Milk lands down, tries to cover the option, but SOT wise to it. Unfortunately, he goes down. Tame Toy taking that World Weaver right for TEGVEER, and that is a easy kill on SOT. Looks like Panatom, though, is thirsty, trying to get something here, trying to get a drink of this Yamoja right now. The stun comes down, Panatom is here, and so is Bop Bop. Bop Bop's looking for something, Screeching Gargoyle comes down, but Panatom is to blink away. Channeling the ult is Bop Bop, but Tame Toy putting the CC down, putting on the hurt on the Bop Bop. But Rat Milk taking a bit of damage himself, but Panatom takes even more of it. TEGVEER putting him down now as the Bop Bop has to jump away. Ooh. That's a really big jump up for TEGVEER there, because Chalk kind of had control of this lane. Mid lane, though, Globe is really low here. Globe is in danger. Slayer is the one putting threat on him, and he just walks up and gets that good basic attack. Globe going down. Slayer picking up a solo kill for himself. Good pickup. I don't know if that was greed from Globe or Slayer just owning him, but regardless, good pickup from Slayer. We missed that. Judging by the ultimate being down, I think Slayer might have just folded him like a lawn chair. Look at this right side, though. You see this Thor. Thor up. Thor is up. Chalk is getting gone on, though. Tame Toy is here. The CC off the mark, though. Do we have River's Rebuke? We do not. But the wall is there. The Tectonic Rift. The teleport does not come through. He's not able to teleport inside of the wall or the Chalk. It's not enough space. But Globe goes down again to a World Weaver in the meantime. They tried to make something happen while something was happening to them. And unfortunately, not enough happened for them. Rat Milk wasn't able to teleport there because there wasn't enough space to put himself in there. The invade coming out now. Rat Milk trying to secure this for himself. He's going to walk away, though. He missed the wall. No point in doing that. Slayer's here, too. Let's leave. Rat Milk was the one going for the invade. Excuse me. No reason throwing your life away for that invade. Slayer, though. Playing with a bit of fire here. A lot of damage going into TEGVEER's dome, though. Teleport in, buying a lot of time for himself, but now the Screeching Gargoyle comes down, forcing the beats from TEGVEER. TEGVEER's got to walk away. TEGVEER's got to avoid the wall, but the wall comes down, and now we are chasing down TEGVEER is under threat, and I switched camera to the wrong fucking POV. I'm working on it. I'm sorry. Void Shield picked up, and Gold Fairy picked up now by Team SOT. I need to see some contention here from Team TEGVEER. Team TEGVEER either none the wiser to it or just not willing. Gold Fairy picked up once again, nice and easy by Team SOT. A lot of damage coming the way of Chalk right now. I was taking a drink and taking a breather for a moment while we had a breather, but they weren't going to give it to me just yet. Chalk taking a lot of damage, but being able to heal it back up with that Rain Dance. I'm not sure the button I need to use to see what their ability levels are, but we're looking this time. And now, Road bounces away.
Your right tower is under attack.
And I don't see minions anymore. I just realized that, and I'm pissed off. TEGVEER getting engaged on now, though. That's a lot of damage coming his way. The Storm Call comes down. The silence is there, but TEGVEER needs to buy himself some time. The shielding is almost huge there from that, shit, what's the item name? From that selflessness. But it is not enough to save him. TEGVEER goes down, meaning the fire, or the Pyromancer, going the way of Team SOT. Team SOT trying to run away with this one.
Your left tower is under attack.
But Tito doing exactly what he needs to do. Going over to rotate to that fight does absolutely nothing for you. So getting that left T1 and then going to get these left side camps, these side camps here, is huge. Absolutely huge. So that's gets you a little bit of farm, gets you a little accelerated, even though a bit of a lead is developed on PCAT. You get a little bit more farm, you catch up a bit quicker. It's all good, it's all good. Nothing really going on the map right now. Naga Queen picked up by Rat Milk, and what do we do for Team TEGVEER right now? We have to restabilize. Either through this Medusa, or we try to make plays through somewhere else. The proactiveness of TEGVEER has been really nice to see. Oh my goodness, the hiccup. See Tito, though. Trying to get aggressive underneath, but that might be a mistake. The Petrify comes out immune by Panatom, but will it be in time? Because I switched fucking cameras again, and I'm an idiot, but Rat Milk goes down. He's feeling like an idiot right now because PCAT absolutely pumping out the numbers. I hate doing camera work, man. Holy. They're going to right side now, though. They clear that camp out real quick, and are they going towards Fire Giant, or are they just looking for TEGVEER now? Almost all of them are there. TEGVEER teleporting away, trying to run away. PCAT 16, Panatom 16, Slayer 16. This is scary. A Fire Giant being picked up now. King Bop Bop on the pole. And this is going away fast. Do we have time, and do we have the space to get in there? Chalk on the zone, though. Let's see what we got. SOT trying to make the space. The blink in on the Vulcan, preventing him from using the Earthshaker, meaning Panatom gets it. That is actually massive from SOT there. He interrupted the Earthshaker. Tane Toy will die. And that is massive. SOT coming in with the absolutely perfectly timed blink to stop Glow from shooting that Earthshaker out. Damn. Blink in? Nothing comes of it. All right. Tame Toy down for another 3 seconds here means this tower is probably going to go down. We don't have a River's Rebuke either way. A little bit of poke from Rat Milk. It's scary now. This game is getting out of your control. You're 11k down at 16 minutes. The Earthshaker puts Bop Bop down, but that isn't going to close the lead anytime soon. We're 10k down at 16 minutes. Does not feel good if you are Team TEGVEER right now. World Weaver charged up. The shot hits Rat Milk, but really doesn't do too much here. A lot of damage coming the way of Tame Toy, but Tame Toy is going to have to slip away real quick. Globe, though, under threat. Globe taking quite a bit of damage. And now the land down on to Panatom. The blink through, and that secures a kill for him right there. And now we have quite a bit coming the way. Double Spirit of the Nine wins. Tags 2, and Tito probably going to fall right after. TEGVEER, the only one alive left, and is it going to be for long? Most likely. He's barely out of range of Slayer hitting that Squall. Or Zephyr, excuse me. Damn. Zephyr. And now we're pushing down this left T2. Probably gonna get Phoenix as well. This is falling out of their hands real quick.
Enemy. Your team has destroyed a left enemy Phoenix.
All right. Yeah, we're in a real rough spot for Team TEGVEER. We're 13,000 gold down now. Real not very cash money.
The enemy team has destroyed the pyromancer.
At this point, we are looking for a miracle if we're Team TEGVEER. We've got, I don't know how much money on the line, but it's a good amount of money. That's for damn sure. Every player paid 20 bucks to get in here, I believe. And that's plus all the donations that Inbound got on top of that for, I believe, a week. It's a lot of money on the line right now. So we are not in the best of spots for sure.
Your team
Right side, the tower goes down once more. It's looking real grim if you're Team TEGVEER. Left side, Tito trying to pick up some farm, trying to get something for himself, trying to return something. But again, it's just the farm. We gotta get something going. And what do? We've got a level 16 rat milk now. We're just so far down. The only person who's remotely even is TEGVEER, and that's just in level. I doubt in gold it's really that close. SOT. Excuse me? Interesting. Really interesting, actually. It provides 25 of each prot, which, you know, isn't the best, but it's not terrible either. 300 health. And that extra vision it provides also is very, very useful. I actually like the pickup a lot. Does Inbound have the prize amount to his on his stream? He has Weekend and Panda Cat's POV open, but not my cast. Offended. Anyway, right side now. They're posturing around this fire giant, but we are, I don't know, on Team TEGVEER, we're looking for something here, and what do we get? I mean, we get a Miracle Earthshaker, maybe? But SOT literally perfectly timed his blink in last time to stop it. So, we'll have to watch. They're posturing once again. Charging up the World Weaver. Will hit TEGVEER. TEGVEER forced to bees and teleport away. With that third ability. Good thing it was charged up in time. What? The blink in from SOT. Catch the dash from Tito. And Tito taking a world of hurt right now. The Medusa ultimate comes down, but it isn't enough. The Earthshaker off the mark. But, it's a lot of pain coming his way. And now Panatom picks up one. There's two down for the side of Team TEGVEER. SOT falling low. But Rat Milk is not able to finish the kill. Globe goes down for a double kill for Panatom. Slayer takes down another. Rat Milk. The only one left is Tame Toy on this Yamoja. And Yamoja is, unless she's got a miracle in her hands right now, she's not going to be able to stop this siege. And I don't think the game is going to be saved here. Team SOT looking to move on to finals. Phoenix goes down the left side by the minions, and the Titan is falling lower and lower, and it looks like Team SOT will move to the finals of the Inbound Big Money Tournament this time around. Well fought, Team TEGVEER, but you could not stop Team SOT.